talking about the Titans here. The Titans.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's good. It is good. It is Bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with KJ McCoy, Ballpark Tommy, Dalt, and Fratty. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
You're definitely going to need to check out that link in the bio to buy some tickets because the Phillies are not what you want to be watching right now. I know they're on a little vacation. They're in Colorado. But man, oh man, it looks like they've been smoking out there or something else because they were slow today offensively. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies postgame show. We got Fratty. We got the broadcasting great Jonah Cassel here to break down all of this fun stuff for you guys and everything that's going on with the Phillies asleep on Easter. But Fratty, we'll start with you. I know for all of our Christians out there, Jesus rose today, but the offense didn't rise to the occasion. Am I right?
Oh man, it was bad. I mean, besides Adolis Garcia, who I referred to as quote unquote before the season washed up, he was the only one to even have an RBI or a homer, an only run on Easter Sunday out of all people. Adolis Garcia, which is crazy to say, but other than that, everybody else struggled. Bryson Scott is back to himself, swinging at pitches like he is Godzilla or something, or at the PGA Tour. I mean, this is not what you want going into the Bay Area coming up. So, yeah, Bryson Scott, he's awful, and then. He was just awful today. Then you got Tajuan Walker, and we'll get into him. So,
let's kick it to Jonah now. Give Jonah a little chance to say what he thought about today's game.
I only saw positives. Tajuan Walker, his ERA went down 16 points. So there's one thing there. No, but for real, this game was abysmal. They went down early. There was nothing they could do. 5 hits as a team is abysmal. I am very worried about not this loss because it's 1 out of 162. But if this starts to become a trend where if the Phillies go down early and can't seem to find a way to get back into the game, that's something that I'd be worried about. It's a loss to the Rockies. It's going to happen, but the overarching trend does not seem great.
Yeah, 100%. I think you hit the nail on the head with that there is a big looming problem that the Phillies will need to solve, and we'll see how they solve it. But if you guys want to call into the show, now is your time. Now is your chance. The lines will be open all show long. That number is 302-316-4848. That's 302-316-4848. We'd love to hear how you guys are feeling. But let's go ahead and talk about just Tajuan Walker, man. I know you have a rant you said you wanted to go on, Fratty, so we'll let you take this first, but this guy is just not it.
Listen, I'll tell you what, Tajuan Walker, me and KJ McCoy are sick of Tajuan Walker. I mean, how is this man allowed to ruin our joy, to ruin our Easter, to ruin our to ruin Dalton's sweep video too, which is even more of a disaster. We were hoping for that sweep video today, and he can't even make Dalton have joy of sharing his sweep video. How sad that this man had to pitch the last game of the series. I cannot wait till Zach Wheeler back because I hope that Tajuan Walker gets kicked out of the pitching staff.
Call from Stephen Roth.
Oh, if we thought we were getting a rant before from you, Fratty, we're about to get one from the Rothman. Hey, happy Easter, Steve.
Do I really have to begin with Tajuan Walker for a second? Okay.
Take it.
Jesse, hold on.
Jesse's not on the show today.
I don't get Jesse. I don't really give a shit that his EOA is down. Okay, Tajuan Walker sucks. He should have been in the damn bullpen in the first place, or DFA. Matter of fact, I stand corrected. DFA is there because he should not be with the Phillies. It's like, why would you give up that many home runs? Oh, what Thompson said, he had good stuff. What good stuff did he have in the first place? He never had good stuff from day one. After he got ejected. Like, come on. Tajuan Walker sucks. He should have been in the bullpen. Somebody else should be a starter, or just have 4 starters out there for peak's sake. They're just having 5. But the Phillies offense was 1 for 35. That was really pathetic. Really was. Okay. Only got one hit, not one hit, but 1 score. Pathetic. Okay. But besides the offense was slow and useful for some apparent reason, but the Phillies need to do better without Tajuan Walker. When will Zach Noodle come back? That's my question.
Hopefully sooner rather than later is my thing. We need him.
Completely. I mean, my question for you, I guess, is who else would be this 5th starter while we're waiting for Wheeler to come back other than Tajuan?
We don't need a 5th starter. We can just have 4 starters. I believe that's what we had last year when somebody was injured. We only had 4 starters, and the 5th one was a bullpen game, like what they did last year. Like, that's what they really should have done this year. Yeah, just have a bullpen game for the 5th day, because that really worked out so much good last year for the 5th day as a bullpen game. They really need to do that again. I'm being honest, because the bullpen was much better than Tajuan Walker, to be honest, because he sucks. 100%, he just does.
Yeah, he needs to go. I think at this point, there's something that they teach you in basic economics class that everybody's probably heard this term before: sunk cost. He is a sunk cost. At this point, you already know what you got with him. It's not getting any better. The money's spent. The deal is done. Bite the bullet. Move on. But, like, stop letting him out there progressing or preventing future progression of the team is the way I look at it. Like, at this point, you just got to get him off the roster, put him in the minor leagues, let him hang out there for a little bit where he can't fuck up anything too major. But as far as the Phillies go, I think, how many times have we came on this show now? How many times this season alone, we're 6 games in? No, not 6 games in. I'm sorry, about 9 or 10 games in. And I'm already using the Tajuan Walker with, instead of the logo on his hat, I have a garbage bag on there. It's twice already this season I've used it. And the dude pitches. So he's not playing every game. So it's like, just think about how many times are we going to sit on this merry-go-round and go around and go around. And it's just the same story again and again. Rolf, I want to ask you this really quick before you go. What would you do with Walker? Like, if you were Dombrowski, what would you do?
Put him in Burger King. Make him cook.
So he's cooking up milkshakes at Burger King, flipping burgers, frying burgers, nothing near baseball.
Exactly. That's the only way you can do it. Have him work at Burger King. He could be a fucking cook for once, and then he'll be just fine. And then he doesn't have to fuck a baseball again. He just doesn't. But you know, every fucking day, he's going to be somehow fucking up every single game. And Jonah Cassel comes out in his press conference and says, "Oh, he has good stuff." Like, dude, I don't know what stuff you're seeing from him. He just sucks. Just does.
Yeah, that was not.
Besides the EOA went down, like, that just makes perfectly no sense. How did this EOA went down? Okay. He still sucks. Put him in Burger King. You'll be just fine. We don't have to see his ass anymore. Please. Just do it next time, please.
All right, I'll see if I can get somebody from Burger King to give him a call and mail him out an application, okay? But in the meantime, Roth, happy Easter, man, and we appreciate you calling in.
Same to you. Christ is risen, indeed.
Christ is risen. Take care, Roth.
You too.
It's a good man right there. As you guys can tell, he's very passionate about the Phillies. He's very upset with the way that this team is playing. And offensively, they were not there today. They just looked horrible. But I want to give someone else a chance on the show who's backstage, who's been warming up in the bullpen, unlike the Phillies bullpen has. Yeah, I'm just full of them today. But we got Billy O'Keefe. What's up, Billy? How you doing?
Just got back from a family party, dude. I'm 5 drinks in, but I'm all right. I wanted to be here. I didn't watch much of the game, but I saw bits and pieces of it. Obviously, Walker's a bum. I know you were talking about him. Walker's a bum. No doubt about it. Once Wheeler comes back, I want his ass on the bench. Even better yet, in the bullpen, or even cut him. I don't really care at this rate. I don't think, in my honest opinion, Walker is a good pitcher. I mean, what more do we have to say about this guy? He's a okay kind of pitcher, but he's not going to be like a Jesus Luzardo. He's not going to be like a Sanchez. Like, he's not going to be like these other guys that we have that are elite, you know?
Yeah, I think that's well said. I think that's a great take. What do you think about the offensive struggles, Billy? Like, where is this team headed offensively?
Obviously, with the last game being 2-1, and that first game 10-1, I did watch that game 10-1. The bats were there, right? We all know that the bats were there. I definitely see. I mean, again, I know people are going to say it, but the top of the order, if we can get that going, I do want to say it is everybody, but there are certain parts that are good and certain parts that are bad. So certain people are doing it better than others. Obviously, Kyle is doing his thing with short bombs. Trey Turner, okay, but can be a little better. Like, some guys, I think, when you look at this team as a whole, can do a little better because, we can stop with it's early stuff because, it is early, but I don't think that I think personally that we're going to see from this team I don't think it's going to be one of those years where it's up and down. If they can stay consistent with the offense, and it starts with the offense, right? The offense has to get it going. One run is that's honestly, that's low life, and that's pathetic. I've never seen a score being that low. We should have swept this team. They're the worst team in the league. And we can't even sweep them. We can't even sweep the worst team in the league. And that is, honestly, as a Phillies fan, I'm devastated, but I'm sad. It's pathetic and sad. Now we go where? I think we go on the
San Fran.
Well, we'll get to that in a sec. We'll get to the San Fran stuff in a sec. I want to give Jonah a chance real quick. What'd you think of the offensive struggles today?
Well, man, I just got to give a round of applause to the outfield. They're the only ones showing up. Adolis Garcia, 2 hits.
Right.
Brandon Marsh, 1 hit, that extra base hit. Justin Crawford does his thing, gets a hit. The infield has been horrible. Harper, Turner's been fine. Stott hasn't been great. Whatever they're talking to the outfield about, they just got to start telling the infield, because it really has been that flip where we thought that the outfield was going to be the weakness of the Phillies and the infield was solid. It has not been the case whatsoever. The infield are the leaders of this team. They're all batting before the outfield. The outfield has been, apart from Marchand, the outfield has been batting at the bottom of the order. Maybe we flip that around. Maybe we put Dolly in 4 and send Bohm somewhere else. But something's got to flip where the best batters at the time are in the higher lineup spots. Because today it was Adolis 6, Marsh 7, then Marchand, and then Crawford 9. That can't happen when 3 of your best hitters are batting 6th, 7th, and 9th. So somebody's got to tell Rob Thompson that the start of the season lineup should not be exactly the same as 10 games in, especially when the top of the order has been playing bad and the bottom of the order has been playing good. Make adjustments, please. That's what I'm begging of Rob Thompson.
Jonah, let me add on to that because I said a stat, I think it was last post game, where it was you cannot have games where the top of the order is doing nothing and the bottom of the order is doing great. And then you have games where it's flip-flop reverse. The top of the order is doing stuff and the bottom of the order is doing nothing. So I do agree. Everybody's got to contribute. It cannot just be one half of the lineup that's doing the job. It's got to be everybody. Everybody.
Yeah. Well, what did you think, Frat?
Yeah, there are definitely, like I said, like Jonah said, we definitely have to have changes in the lineup. I don't know how Justin Crawford's still number nine in the lineup. But he felt like he gets a hit almost every game. He's gotten hit almost in every game this year. I think except for one or two. I think except for a few games, maybe 1 or 2 games, but he's been hitting the ball for the most part. And like they said, I know Justin, and I get it. I get where Rob Thompson is coming from, but Justin Crawford is not a home run hitter. We know that, but still, I mean, you have to mix your lineup up. You can't just put a bunch of power. They expect to put a bunch of power guys together in one point of line. Mix it up a bit. Mix the lineup up. Put power among non-power. Sorry, I was at the Flyers game. Power among non-power. And see what you can do from there, because the only thing I'll say is maybe let's see what happens in San Francisco with our live offense. Let's see if we heat up by the bay. But my confidence level that our offense heats up in San Francisco, I'd say 6 out of 10, because I mean, if the Mets can hit on San Francisco like they did and score a bunch of runs, then we should be able to. I mean, come on now.
Well, yeah, let's get into that next topic before we get into the corner, which is actually perfect. We'll let you take this one first, Fratty. So on to San Francisco. I mean, this team's got to get it together headed into San Fran. Where do you think we start with fixing this offense and this team?
So here's my thing. Tomorrow's a night game at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, of course, very late Eastern. But as we head into San Francisco, our mindset has to be this: there should be no excuse why we should be coming out flat this whole series, because we got a short trip from just Colorado to San Fran. That's not even that's not even a far trip, and we're not even losing. We're already used to the time zone the whole entire weekend. So there should be no excuse on why we shouldn't win the series, even though we struggle in San Francisco. So, but answer your question on the offense overall, they have to come out. They have to work counts a little bit more. They did that today a little bit, but they have to do it a little more. They can't be swinging at pitches down like they're at the PGA Tour, because it just don't work that way. It just don't work out like that. And I don't know what to say. I mean, this team, like I said before, like I said in a topic earlier this season, this team is going to be an absolute emotional roller coaster this season. I mean, come on now. I mean, we had. I think we started off 1-3. Now we won 4 in a row. Now we lost again. And who knows if we can lose multiple games again in a row. Then we got the bunch of 9 games in a row at home. So who knows if we can go back and forth at home with some games being against the Braves. So I don't know.
Well, let's kick it to Jonah, and then we'll go to Billy after. But on to San Francisco. We'll ask you the same question. I mean, I know it's only 1 loss. They were on, I think, a 4-game win streak before that, but still, they aren't the team we know that they can be. So what would you do?
Well, the thing that sticks out to me about this San Francisco Giants team is that they cannot hit the ball right now. They have the fewest home runs in the MLB. They were up against the Mets, immediately blew that lead. This team is not good. It may be good on paper, Rafi Devers, they added Bader this offseason, but right now this team cannot hit. The thing with the Phillies is that they cannot use the other team not being able to hit as an excuse for them to not hit themselves and slide by. They need to just get out there and hit the ball, because even though this other team that they're going to face, the San Francisco Giants, cannot score runs to save their life, the Phillies still need to score runs to win this game. What I want to see is them just get out there and pound the ball. They are a better team than the San Francisco Giants. They can use this as a get-right series just before they go home. The offense struggled against the Rockies. I see no reason why they should allow more than a couple runs per game against the Giants. And they just need to outscore their problems, honestly. I think that's how the Phillies go. I think this series is going to be one where they can do that pretty easily, especially with the Giants' failure to be able to score runs. So just having them get back to outscoring their problems rather than just relying on a 2-1 win. And honestly, they should win at least 2 of this next series.
I agree. Well said. Billy, what do you think?
So on the San Fran, right? Obviously, San Fran cannot hit the ball, right? Definitely think that this is going to be, and I am doing one of the games on that night. It's going to be late night, but the offense needs to get it going. They need to definitely get it going. Obviously, right, as I said before, cannot just have one part of the lineup doing the job. And I know we can say that, it's all on the coaching. I don't really think it's coaching. As the season progresses, I think that we'll be better. And listen, right, it's early, we get that, but the offense got to step it up, right? These are now big games against San Francisco, where we need to actually pull it in together, pull it into gear. And what Jonah said, great point, 0 for 1 in home runs. That is terrible. Or another word. I don't know what word to use there, but terrible, if you will. But we just got to get it going, man. I'm tired of every game, right? And I'm going on the 14th to see them play the Cubs. I'm tired of every time we see this team, and they're only scoring maybe 1-2 runs, and it's is this the Phillies team that's out here? What are we doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Disappointing.
And not only that, though, but we look at it for long term. Okay, I know we're still early in the season, right? We're still early in the season, but you look at it long term, right? And it's okay, is this going to be the Phillies team May, June, July? I really don't know. And it's hard for me to say that, but I am a fan. But it's hard for me to say that. But got to go onward from here. Onward on to San Fran. For sure. Yeah.
Onward and upward. That's the only place to go is up. That's the nice thing with the Phillies. I think they're 5-4 is the record, if I'm not mistaken. So it's okay, cool. We're basically at 500. We're not a 500 baseball team. And I think I forget where I was listening to it today. It was somebody that really was into the Phillies. It might have been even on the radio. But they were essentially saying, as Phillies fans, and it might have even been one of you guys, Postgame Show, was watching. It might have been Jonah, actually. But we're spoiled as Phillies fans. The product we have is so good, and we're so used to being in the playoffs every year that we're so hyper-focused on this World Series that we don't realize, teams, I think the person that said it, the Braves, would be jumping up and down for this kind of season, this kind of talent, this kind of record. But we are fed up. We don't want a record. I think everybody that's a Phillies fan would much rather say, hey, I'd rather not win the national division and come hot into the wild card rolling like we were in 2022 than be a stagnant team that has an off day and then has no clue what to do and falls flat on our face. We have seen that time in and time out again. It's like the Sixers with Embiid, in the playoffs. We haven't really seen a healthy Embiid in at least 3 years, if not 4. We don't know. So that's kind of how I feel about this Phillies team. We don't know what that different thing could look like of us being hot going into the wild card with this roster. We've seen it once when Rhys Hoskins was here. We ended up in the World Series, took them to Game 7, almost took the thing home, but we didn't. That's the thing. So how can we get there again? How can we be knocking on that doorstep? And I think we need to be a hot team in baseball. And, I want to see the Phillies take risks too. Like, I want to see them not shy to make these jumps and make these splashes during the regular season, take a chance, because once you get to the offseason, that is not the time for chances. So I wouldn't be upset at the Phillies if they are a wild card team going into the postseason that's taken some chances, knows who they are, right? Like, knows what they're capable of. But then rather than a team who has a great record but doesn't fucking know their ass from second base. Sorry to curse, but like, that's just how I feel with the Phillies team in the past couple of years. And it's very infuriating. You see Bryce Harper, you see Kyle Schwarber, you see Trey Turner, 3 of the biggest, most premier blue chip names in baseball.
Oh yeah.
And we haven't shown up. It sucks. So
But now let me add on to it. So like, okay, so we look at this top of the order, right? I know that Rob wanted to change the lineup, right? He put, wanted to change a spark in the lineup, but can we honestly say here that did that really solve or change anything as far as a change in the lineup? I mean, does he think, well, my thing would be if no one's hitting, because I don't think they would want to change it again, but like maybe just, is there something maybe that the lineup has something to do with it? Because I mean, I don't necessarily think it's the lineup. It's like you look at the top 3 and it's like, I'm just as confused as we all are. It's like, is it the lineup? I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're right to be confused, Billy. I 100% get it. But
listen. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I just think that, so as a fan, I am just tired of, like the same year with the same stuff. And how many years? Okay, let's oppose this to any Phillies fan. How many years have we seen the Phillies do the same exact stuff for the same exact years we've seen them play? Like, I think it's getting to be tiring. And I know not many of you want to agree if you want, but I think it's getting to be tiring that we're seeing the same Phillies and the same stuff every year. Yes, I get it's early, but I don't think we should use that excuse anymore. Okay, the bats got to start waking up, whether it's, and they don't do a lot of small ball. I don't think we talked about that. Small ball is key. I don't see them do a lot of small ball. They do more home run ball than small ball, too.
That's why we like Crawl Daddy, Crawford, Crawl Dog. I know KJ gets pissed when I say it, but he knows how to play small ball. He knows how to play smart. He's like the only guy on this team with an IQ.
Is it just him? Is it just him? Right? So Crawford knows how to play small ball. But shouldn't everybody know how to play small ball?
Yep.
Right? Should everybody know how to play small ball? If we're just picking one, so we're picking one guy. We're picking one guy, Crawford, that knows how to play small ball. Great, bye-bye, check. But does everybody else in the lineup know how to play small ball? I'll wait.
No, well said. Well said, all of it. I agree with everything you said. But it's time for everybody's favorite part.
Fratty's corner.
That's the Italian.
Come on, Fratty. Give him the business. Only in South Philly. Only at Fratty's Corner. It's Fratty's Corner.
What's up, guys?
Business, baby.
If Phillies lose, it's all right because we're heading into San Francisco tomorrow. We are painting a picture for Andrew Painter tomorrow. And like KJ McCoy likes to say, Andrew Painter. Painting a picture for Andrew Painter tomorrow. He's heading. He's on a mission to paint a beautiful picture at McCovey Cove down by the bay. With all the colorful kayaks down there. I mean, to be honest, I mean the kayaks are all nice, but the baseball team and all. Oh yeah, they may have won World Series 2010, 2012, 2014. But when it's all said and done, the San Francisco Giants are the San Francisco Giants. They haven't won a World Series in a good amount of years, over a decade ago. I remember when Brian Wilson had a beard in 2010 like Santa Claus. But Brian Wilson, he's old news. Him and his beard commercials, San Francisco. He may still root for the Giants now, but come on now. The Giants will be the Giants, and of course the Phillies will be the Phillies. And I'll tell you what, as we head down by the bay, Billy O'Keefe and Dalton Holland, everybody else, Jonah might have to bring his boat with him for Jonah's arc, because he's going to have to ride the boat down to San Fran for the Phillies offense to wake it up down in San Francisco. I mean, I'm going to say it right now.
With it.
I'll be there.
I say this right now. If the Phillies offense does wake up somehow, and I was right about this whole boat thing with Jonah, then Jonah may have to ride his boat in the summertime down in Wildwood, King or whatever, wherever he goes. So, or Chesapeake Bay or whatever, or Baltimore. So,
yeah, well said.
But anyway,
I mean,
breaking news to everybody who's Flyers just won.
Come on, let's go.
And they are holding the third spot in the Metro, and they would make the playoffs if the season ends today with a little over a week left. So things are looking up for the Flyers right now, which is good.
Yeah.
Are we going to go
Fratty.
see playoff hockey as 302 Birds? I've never seen that playoff atmosphere, and I'm old as shit. So you guys definitely got to go see it. I heard you saying something, Jonah. What do you got?
You boys know who they'd play if the season ends today?
Who?
Flyers?
The Pittsburgh Penguins.
Ooh.
It's written in the stars.
Wow.
I love it. I live for playoff hockey. This is a hockey team.
That'd be great, man. Playoff hockey, man.
Billy
Great.
O'Keefe, what would playoff hockey look like in Philadelphia? I mean, I'm going to say this. I would be more than 5 drinks in if we were playoff hockey in Philadelphia.
Right. Listen, man. Playoff hockey would be, listen, how many years have we seen the Flyers just been bad? Listen, we need to bring a, I'm not going to jinx myself, but may or may not Stanley Cup in Philly. Let's give them what we want.
Yep, but I mean, I cut it off with the Flyers because I seen the breaking news. I was watching it while talking. But anyhow, Flyers won. I mean, Phillies lost. I mean, the Flyers
won.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I mean, overall, should be a fun spring. Still should be a very fun spring and summer. Throughout the networks of 302 Birds podcast, between the Flyers, hopefully making the playoffs, and the Sixers, hopefully making the playoffs, and the Phillies.
I just saw stats from the Sixers.
If we're in the playoffs, we might have to figure out a way to do a 302 Birds special. I know we don't normally do Flyers post games, but if the Flyers are in the playoffs, I'm going to get you guys some hockey heads on here. I already have one guy in mind who's hit me up, and that's Jonah will be on there. I got Frosty from Philly who's hit me up in the past. And then if you guys actually remember Brendan Jungert, who used to help out with the postgame show for 302 Birds Phillies probably about a year or two ago, he's a huge hockey head too. So we'll get you guys some good hockey coverage. Yeah. We're not going to jinx it yet if they make the playoffs.
I just saw a stat that said the Sixers, as of now, I was there last night. Obviously left like fourth quarter, but Sixers the last playoff spot with the loss of the Raptors today. We got a couple of tough road trips. We got Spurs, Rockets, and Pacers away. Tough road trips for them. Hopefully with Joel. Let's put it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, focusing
tough times ahead. What do you got, Frat?
But focusing, of course, this is Phillies post game where I know we redirected to other sports, but focusing back on the Phillies.
Yeah.
After this road trip, I mean, looking ahead, at least we got 9 straight at home, but we got to take advantage of that. Coming up against, I think, Arizona,
I'll be
Chicago,
at the game 14th.
and Atlanta.
I'll be there April 14th. I'll be there. Behind home plate. I'll be there.
And but we got some things to take advantage here. I think we, believe it or not, guys, and we get the Cubs out of the way in April, which is crazy. We play the Cubs later in April.
The Cubbies out of the way in April. Love it, Fratty. Love it.
We got good times ahead. I think that's a good place to wrap up today's post-game show. I know.
I'm sorry, brothers, I came on late.
It's okay.
I know that.
It's a holiday.
I know that. But listen, man. There's definitely got to be some changes, and I know that we are still early into the season, but that doesn't mean that one game we do good, and then the next game we stink. I look at this as an up and down kind of year, but I look at it as okay, onwards from here, but more so, let's get the bats where they need to be. I think we sweep Giants, believe it or not. I don't think that we will lose to them. I think the Giants are bad right now. I think they're in last place, but I think we sweep the Giants. Definitely need to get some wins on the road before we have a 9-game homestand. But let's take care of business, guys, because we definitely need it.
We got a call in.
We got a call in. Positive Philly. Michael Gibbons.
Go, Michael Gibbons. Oh, my God.
Mike.
What's up? Happy Easter. I know it's always, but I mean, with that game when it go in overtime for the Flyers versus the Bruins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go. We're in the playoffs right now. But the Phillies, if I'm being real, we did play the worst team in the league. The Rockies. I didn't expect us to go in there and sweep them, but today wasn't obviously a good game. I am nervous as the upcoming games. I mean, we got Giants, and then we're coming back here to play Diamondbacks. I mean, UFC here, we see the same shit with this team. Yeah, we get excited. Baseball's back. But I don't know. They're not hitting well. They're not doing anything to make me excited for them. And it's only the beginning of the season. I mean, we're hosting the All-Star game this year. You would think they have some excitement and momentum, and the bats they're not doing anything.
Yeah, they look stagnant. What do you think, Bill, going off of that?
For Flyers or Phillies?
No, for what Positive was saying about the bats just going stagnant.
Yeah, well, obviously the bats are just, to me, I think, listen, I think that we've seen this team time and over and over again with the same old stuff. They're not playing small ball. They're not hitting when they're supposed to be, whatever. Like sticking out, boom, or whoever is swinging at a pitch that should be hit like
at a ground ball.
Like they do like calls that are stupid, and I just want to see them really just have a good April because I'm tired. I listen. As much as I am a fan, I will always be a fan. I just don't want to see the same old stuff from the Phillies because, believe it or not, it gets tiring. And I know everybody's like, well, it doesn't get to. You think about it in your body, it will get tiring. I think it gets tiring, and us as fans have to realize, look, it's tiring. We don't want to see the same stuff over and over again, but that can change with how. How, you may ask? Well, the bats waking up. Everybody doing their job. As Jonah said, both sets of the lineup doing it, not just one half. So I look at this team as a whole, but I look at it as, okay, let's play small ball. Let's both sets of the team do it, top and bottom, and we're going to be just fine. If that keeps happening, we will be just fine.
Let me add on. I think that we are definitely looking for reasons to be optimistic, and I think we found them. Like,
right.
Two of the three best hitters on this team are new. Justin Crawford and Adolis Garcia and Brendan Marsh this season have been the three best hitters on the team. Two of those guys are new. The bullpen arms that we've added have been solid. Kyle Back is somebody who I've been backing. I think he's going to be really solid down the stretch. He just struck out 2, allowed no hits, and the rest of the bullpen, Meza, no hits today. Tajuan Walker allowed the only hits that the Phillies allowed today.
I'm really tired of seeing him. I really am.
So the bullpen, for once, is not an issue. The new hitters are balling out. Andrew Painter, he's going to start again. He had a fantastic start in his first start.
Yes, he did.
All of the new guys are coming through. I think the returning guys will find it. But I think Last year, we saw that the new guys weren't doing anything. Jordan Romano did terribly.
Right.
The year before, the new guys, Whit Merrifield was awful. I think this year, the new guys are what's driving the team right now, and the returning guys will follow suit.
Let me say this one thing before I go.
To be optimistic.
No, you're good now, Positive. Take it. You're good, man. No worries.
It's great to be seeing the young guys produce, like Crawford, Marsh. We've had him for a few years. Maybe he's finally finding his footing or whatever. But I hate hearing Phillies fans talk shit on Bryce Harper saying, he's wanting more money and he's not doing anything. Phillies fans aren't cheering for him or liking him anymore. Those Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, those are going to be the guys that get you that World Series at the end of the year, whenever it is. They should be teaching Crawford, Painter, these young guys who are coming up and developing. They shouldn't they're playing. The young kids can play great, but at the end of the day, they're going to be playing great because of the way that Bryce Harper and Schwarber and everything, talking to them in the locker room and rallying behind them. Those are the vets. So
I want to just say this too. I will respectfully disagree there, Positive. I think Bryce actually deserves more criticism. I think we coddle Bryce in this city. I think we baby him. And you look at a guy today that the part of the game I watched, I don't know how he finished, but he was 0 for 4. And it feels like that's been a storyline all year long. I'm not saying Bryce Harper's a bad player. I'm just saying it's not the Bryce Harper that we knew in 2022. That's what we all want to see. And Positive, I don't have any doubt what you're saying is true, right? Those are going to be the guys that carry us once we get to October, once we get to November. Those are going to be the guys that we lean on. I agree with 100% of what you're saying there. But where I disagree a little bit is I need to see it during the regular season too.
Yes.
I need, it can't just be a come and go kind of thing. It needs to be consistent. And I understand baseball is never going to be consistent because that's how baseball goes. Look at the Phillies. They started off like 1-4 and then they went to 5-4. So it's like they've completely flipped the script. I'm not going to say that that's not true, but I want to see consistency from Bryce. What I mean, once we get to the postseason too.
Yeah, right.
Like we've seen Bryce be that MVP candidate once, and I'm not saying I want him to suck during the regular season. I want to see him, come and go, be good like baseball is. But once we get to October, he hasn't been that guy the past couple of years, and neither has Kyle. Kyle's been better out of them, but neither has Trey. That top of the lineup, like Billy was talking about before, it sucked. And I don't know. I would say I don't have any issues with any Philly fans holding Bryce Harper accountable. Now, of course, be respectful about it. But I think you gotta get on your players at some point because look at what we did with Jalen Hurts. And Hurts, I think, doesn't deserve a lot of the criticism. What do you think, Bill?
Hurts, Hurts, right? I mean, I don't think Bryce deserves a lot of criticism. I mean, he does and he doesn't, but 0 for 4, that's bad, but that has to change at some point because if he keeps on doing that, that's Rob's gonna say, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing here?
Right.
I mean, right.
Hey guys, listen, appreciate the call. Guys,
you're good.
This is all right. Early on in the season, come hype up to the All-Star break. The Phillies will get it together.
Keep calling in, man. We appreciate you, Positive.
Keep calling in, Positive. Yes, sir.
If you guys haven't, give Positive a follow on Instagram at Positive Philly. But go ahead back into your take. Sorry, Bill.
No, you're good, man. So Bryce, I look at Bryce. Listen, I look at Bryce as a solid player, right? He is a solid player. Listen, I get it. It's early on, and he's probably going to suck early on. But I do think that as the season progresses, May into June, whatever, or even like mid-April will be fine. Mid-April, May, June, he will start to heat up eventually. I'm not saying that every game is going to be, his best game, but you'll have those games where he'll do good, but we don't want to see those games that he's bad at. But if they're bad games, you fix it and you make the mistakes and really, and for anybody else that's not doing good right now, fix your mistakes now. We go on the road, San Fran, and we make those mistakes better by changing what we need to change and get this team back on the winning ways.
And let me just ask you guys a question because, part of the reason I'm optimistic is would you rather have the new guys be playing terribly and
Yeah.
Bryce be playing well, or Bryce be playing terribly and the new guys be playing well. Because I'll tell you, down the stretch, I trust Bryce to get it together more than I would trust a guy like Adolis Garcia. Theoretically, say he was playing like crap, I would trust Bryce to get it together more than I would trust him. So to see that he's playing well and Bryce is struggling, I'd rather have that. That's just me.
Jonah, let me take that point. So Garcia, right? He's a newcomer, and I said this, I think the last podcast, I said Garcia, and I said to my friend of mine, Garcia is going to improve over time. Now, I don't expect, we all expect him to do fairly well. He's a newcomer, but I don't expect him to have it, he's going to have his ups and downs, but just like any guy, any player can have their ups and downs. But now, early on, is when you fix the kinks and make the kinks better. You make the kinks better now rather than later in the season, because what happens is later on in the season, if they're not fixed, that is a bad sign for the regular season and maybe in the playoffs if they get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think going off of what Jonah said, too, just to tap on that, and I want to give Fratty a chance, too, after that. I agree with what you're saying, Jonah, 100%. Like, you're right. Why can't but my thing is, like, also, right? Okay, yeah, Adolis is doing his thing. I trust Bryce to do his thing more down the road, get it together. But it's like, you guys ever see the meme? And this is why I'm smiling, because I'm thinking of it, where it's like you can only have 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, man.
It's like, why can everybody not come together and mesh well, like, at once? Like, and maybe knocking on wood, maybe come this October, maybe we will all be, as Hugh Douglas says on 94 WIP, I love the term. Maybe all of this reckless speculation by me will all be put to a hush, will be put to a close. Yeah. But until I see it positive in October, I'm gonna be hard on this team. Fratty, what are your thoughts on all of it?
It's going. I'm telling you what, it's going to. I know we're only 9 games in the season, 151 games. No, I'm 153 games left. I'll tell you what. As the season goes along, it's going to be a fun ride. We always feel like 90% of the time we start off very average to below average to start the year for some reason, and but as May and later or June and later in the season comes, the Phillies start turn it up, heat. And I think it's coming real soon. You're going to see the Phillies within the next week. They're going to turn, their offense is going to be actually consistent, where they're actually scoring. They're actually going to score more than 6 runs multiple games in a row. And I know, not to get ahead of myself, I know that we got some games. We got of course, we got the Giants. Believe it or not, that we play San Fran again on my birthday when I'm supposed to go. We play on the 28th to the 30th at the end of the month too. So that's a series we could take advantage. We could take advantage of San Francisco, like Jonah said, but they're not a good team. But the Phillies can be right above 500, and I'll be at the end of the month. I'll be very happy. But I think May, June, July, they're going to really turn it on, and there'll be even more and more games over 500. But the whole October speculation, we got to see, but I still think the Phillies are winning 92 games. I still think we win 92 games and we're on the cusp of either winning the division or not winning the division.
What you said, Friday, also, you said something about, what do you call it? I think May, June, you're right, May, June, and even July even. After the All-Star break, we'll just cap it there. After the All-Star break, we will then see how and who this team is really. Like, okay, now it's early, but in a couple months from now, during the All-Star, we will see how this team's going to be, how they're going to,
But overall, I don't expect the Phillies to run away with the NL East like last year. I think the Braves were better this year. The Braves will be more healthy. Last year, the Braves were injured. The Mets, I expect the Mets to be a little bit better than last year, but who knows? They choked so much. They choked last year, but and then the Marlins. I don't know if the Marlins. I know they started off good, but I don't know if the Marlins can actually have enough like the Phillies to stay on, even though they're better, to stay on top. Because you're seeing the example. I heard, even though I didn't watch the game, I know Dalton. We don't Dalton doesn't follow every single baseball game because I mainly watch the Phillies when it comes to baseball. I kind of follow teams a little deeper in the season. I'm more into the Phillies when it's the Phillies.
Of course.
But, I think the Marlins are you're seeing how the Marlins are playing. It's a good team like the Yankees. I think they lost. I can check right now. I think the Marlins lost the first 2 games against the Yankees. They may have gotten swept. They may have won today, actually. Yeah, they're losing currently because the game got delayed 4-2. So there's a chance Miami could be swept by a good Yankees team. Because think about it, Miami didn't really play anybody to start the year. So Miami's really, they're getting their feet wet. So this NL East is going to be interesting. But I think there's only 1 or 2 other teams that can really compete with the Phillies, and that's the New York. I think the New York Mets and Atlanta Braves. That's it. I think the Nationals will fall off and the Marlins will fall off eventually.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's a good stopping point for tonight's show. I think we're about at the 50-minute mark. I appreciate all those who called in. If you're watching the show later, you want to call into a future post-game show, save this number in your phone. That is 302-316-4848. We go live after every Phillies game. We got a crew on here breaking it all down. So you can call in. If I'm not on here, you can't call in. But the good news is if you get to know the people, you keep coming back to the show, you become a regular. So you turn on notifications on YouTube. The point is you can get the link in the future and be able to come on here if you really want to every post-game show. But we are live after every game. You can come hang out with us in the comments. You can call in. We'll be here all season long and hopefully with some better news for you guys in the future. I want to give a huge thank you to, like I said, sports broadcasting, future legend, great, young legend currently. Very much enjoy listening to this dude, Jonah Cassel, for joining us. Want to give a huge shout out to the guy raising the roof down there in South Philly every day, the king of South Philly, James Fratty, for jumping on here. And last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend, the young man with all the passion on the show, the fire and the energy. He should go out there and coach the Phillies. I'm talking about Billy O'Keefe. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I hope so, man. It's been a blast, guys. And listen, we're going to make sure that we turn this page now, baby.
You heard it. You heard it here first. But join us for another Phillies post game. What do you got, Bill?
And as always, God bless and go Phils.
Hit it.
The Vikings.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's going, and it is gone. It is Bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with KJ McCoy, Ballpark Tommy, Dalt, and